No, it's all real shit.
What do you feel about triggers? What's your feeling on those?
Triggers have their place for sure. It's kind of like the same thing as electronic kit, right? Like you hate playing them because they feel kind of crappy, but like they have their place. You know, at least for me. Like,
yeah. Electric kit is like it's good to like just maybe freshen up on something you already know, or just to fuck around on, but not for like learning.
Right. Because like on a kit you have all these different tensions, and like a cymbal feels completely different than a snare drum.
Yep.
You know, and like a floor tom feels different than a snare drum. It's
you can't like it's shit. Way harder to drum roll on a tom than it is the snare because of the tension that you're talking about. And then when you do it on a pad, that's a tom, you could drum roll all day.
Fucking
on that
mesh
thing.
Like they're all the same tension.
You sound way faster than you really are.
Right. And then you can just sample it to be like the most perfect tom tone ever.
Exactly.
But like I would definitely I would never be opposed to like having an octopad for like
Octopad? Yeah. I never got to use it actually on a show, but at the Elisa's sample pad. The sample pad, it's got
my buddy's got one of those.
Oh, dude, fucking awesome.
The Yamaha DTX.
Or just have those extra, that's how they do it with the, those fucking heavier bands with just that rush of bass, slap that sample.
Or even
most bands just have it now. They just have it programmed tracks.
Yep.
And then just as long as you're playing to the click as the drummer, you don't even have to have a pad anymore.
I like tracks actually. A lot of like the gent people do that.
Oh yeah,
Meshuggah and
it's
Tesseract.
the way to go.
It sounds phenomenal.
My biggest advice for bands nowadays is because this is what I wanted to do until my band ended, and then I wanted to do other shit, and I'm like,
oh, did your band ended?
yeah, ended a while ago. Yeah, it was probably shortly after that. It was probably
Rock and Roast.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that summer or maybe it was the next summer.
What was that? The name of the band?
Death Abides.
Death Abides. Okay. I can't remember all the fucking bands that played there. I remember there was one from like Chicago.
I didn't remember your band name. I just remembered you drumming.
Yeah, I remembered you drumming too.
Yeah. So, where was I going with that? My sidetrack. Oh, running tracks.
Yeah.
So my biggest advice is like, get your own lights.
Sure.
And like I'd say at least 2, depending on how many members in your band, at least 2 vertical fog lights that shoot fog straight up and then do different lights in them.
And hook them to the tracks?
And then, you get a DMX receiver, and then you get some, like a bar light for the back, and then maybe a couple spinnies for the sides, right?
Yeah.
And you do your own light show. So you get a DMX receiver, which you hook all these lights together with these DMX cords, and you put them in the receiver, and then you have your song that's mapped out with the metronome. You drop it into this, so it already has it mapped out, and then you click when the lights go off.
So when you play a kick drum, it's like...
if you wanted it that way, you could do it that way.
Yeah.
You could do it either way, or at certain spots in the song where you have like a big hit, or like, it's whatever, and you want the lights to go off in the front, it'll be playing to the click, and it's just going to happen.
Well, shit, so, I've seen like with Verve Pipe, they don't have a light show, a dedicated light show.
Yeah.
But they use lights at every show, and some of them are audio sensitive.
Okay, right, yeah.
So like you can hit a kick drum and it'll just boom.
Right.
Like
that. And that's okay
cool
sometimes.
Shit.
That's okay sometimes. I think you need to craft your own light show.
Sure.
So what you do as a band, you have everything hooked up because it's all yours. So you have it at your jam space or whatever, and then you go through the song. You're like, well, where do I want this big fucking all the fog to go up?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that there. Let's plug these lights in. Where do we want? Do we want the spinny lights and everything to go down at this certain part, and then all the lights turn off? You craft your song to that because that's part of your performance. A big part of it is the light show. You go to a big concert, and especially if it's dark, it's inside or it's dark outside, and there's not a lot of lights going on. It's not that fun. The lights make a huge part of your show.